My name is Marina Barham, and I'm the general manager of HARAH Theatre. HARAH was established in 2005, and the reason we called it HARAH is because HARAH means the neighborhood. So the stories, the conflicts, the intimacy comes from the neighborhood, and we are part of the community, and we wanted everything to come from the community for our work. Making theater in Palestine is very, very important because it is not an accessory, it is not entertainment. It is really empowering for young people and for children to do theater and to see theater and to participate in theater training. It gives them a space where they feel safe to express themselves freely. It is a way to change the community positively through our performances and our productions, because we tackle community issues that are very important and that need to be improved and changed in the future. Internationally, our work is also very important because we change the image of Palestine in Europe and in Western countries, and we use the language of theater, which is the language of the West, to tell people about our stories, about our lives, and about the conflict that we live in under Israeli occupation. To be honest, we always try to be positive and to think positively, because if we don't think positively, we'll just die at home. But we always try to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And now we see the light because we have started to realize that the international community is also changing their views towards Palestine. They started to understand the conflict. They started to know the truth and the facts about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. With this international support, with the realization of the justice, that things might move forward and we might reach a place or a situation where we have more normal life here in Palestine, because we want to be living normally and not always under stress, under being scared of moving around, being controlled all the time. So I'm hoping that things might change to the better in the future because of this support. Living under the Israeli occupation can affect a lot of our lives, not only as Palestinian people, but also as people who make theater. And through our work, we have a lot of obstacles because of the oppression of the Israeli occupation. In one instance, we had an Italian director who was coming to work with us, and he was stopped at the Israeli airport and he was banned from entering to come to work with us for 5 years. And this has resulted in a delay in our project, and also in finding more creative way to do this and to even challenge these obstacles by doing it and by directing this play using Skype. So Pietro Floridia from Italy, he worked with us for 5 weeks to direct a play called Shakespeare's Sisters. And then we had to find another way to meet him in Jordan and to work with him to open the play, and then came back to Palestine to do it. We are not safe to travel from one place to the other. Many times we are stopped at checkpoints, we are searched. Sometimes they try to confiscate some of the equipment that we have, and sometimes they damage them when we are traveling between cities in the West Bank. Of course, it affects the mental and the psychological state, not only of the people who work in the theater, but especially the children and the young people. They are always traumatized, they are always scared. We had to change our activities this year because we were supposed to have a festival, and because of the situation, we had to postpone it. In exchange, we started doing workshops with young people just to help them get over the fear and the trauma that they are living, and to talk freely about how they feel towards the killing of children, the killing of young people that has been happening over the last period. I was in Ramallah on Monday, and coming from Ramallah, there was 2 people in Kalandia camp who were killed. And on the way back home, we had to cross the Kalandia area. And to be honest, I've never felt as scared as that night, because they were shooting, and they were shooting tear gas bombs and also live bullets. So the distance between the entrance of the Kalandia area and leaving it was like more than 15 minutes. But the fear that I felt that night, I've never felt in my life. So I was really, really scared. And I was all there thinking, if I sit in the middle of the car, where the bullet would come. And this is something that people have to, Palestinian people, and now also our friends coming from international countries who are here, have to go through. They have to fear going from one place to the other because of the extreme use of violence by the Israeli occupation against people and against civilians.